Hello again, everybody. This is Comic Book Hangover. It is late on a Thursday, on a nice October evening, so close to Halloween. And being a Thursday, it means it's time for my weekly review video, which is a little late today, but it is what it is. We all have things we have to do outside of the comic book world. So before I start, and I'll say this again during the video at some point, if you're new to my channel and you're liking what I'm doing and you like comic books in general and talking about them, please go ahead and click that like button. Comment down below, notifications, subscribe, all that fun stuff. So let's first, as always, let's talk about a couple of books that came out last week. Not really a whole lot to talk about. So I think most of the books I got last week were there was a second print of Darkhawk. There was a variant cover for the Army of Darkness 1979. I'm not going to read it, but I got it because I like the Stray Dogs Army of Darkness homage sort of cover that they did there. But I did grab this one. Actually came out a couple of weeks ago. This is the Death of Doctor Strange #1. Now, I'm not really as big of a fan of Marvel as I used to be. I don't really collect that much Marvel. I have X-Men Legends right now is the only ongoing series, and I've already told my LCS. I think issue 9 or 10 is I'm done with it at that point in time. I don't have a use for it anymore. Um, Outside of that, it's just the Darkhawk miniseries. So I figured, what the heck? I do like Doctor Strange. The covers on these are pretty cool. So I don't know if I'll get all the tie-ins. I'm hoping that I'm not going to need to read all the tie-ins to understand the full story. There's a couple I will pick up, but I'm hoping that in general I can just get the main title and get the gist of the story. But it's basically, just as the title says, it's the death of Doctor Strange. Now, like I said, this came out a couple of weeks ago, so I think I can talk about it in full without worrying about spoilers. So there's a mysterious assailant that attacks Doctor Strange and kills him. We don't know who it was. Wong and some other people think it was Baron Mordo, but he comes in to the Sanctum Sanctorum. He's like, no, if I'm gonna kill him, I'm gonna brag about it, basically. But Doctor Strange is he always kind of thinks ahead. So he has a failsafe in case something like this were to happen, and the failsafe is basically him. So at the end of the issue, as they're trying to deal with the death of Doctor Strange and all these mystic incursions or whatever you want to call them, like he was basically, I mean, everybody else, Sorcerer Supreme. He's protecting our realm from other mystical realms and dimensions. And as soon as he falls, all of his protection spells are gone, and all these beings and supernatural entities that have been trying to get into our world, into our reality, they're able to do it now. So he has a failsafe, and the failsafe is basically an older version of Doctor Strange. So it's kind of like the Steve Ditko era Doctor Strange. He looks kind of cool. It's actually kind of neat to see him. He's wearing the blue costume and has a blue cape and everything. So it's going to be an interesting story. Excuse me. It'll be an interesting story. It's an interesting idea, and of course, even though it's called The Death of Doctor Strange, he's not going to be dead for long. He's got a new movie coming out, so they're not going to keep him dead for very long. Although they could probably keep this version of Doctor Strange dead and just have the old school Doctor Strange come in and sort of take over and you have to bring him up to speed on everything and all that. So it'll be interesting to see what happens. So since now we have Doctor Strange replacing Doctor Strange, it'll be weird to see what happens. But other than that, I mean, the covers are pretty cool. The second issue came out this week. I missed the variant cover that I wanted, but still the cover that I got was pretty cool. I'll get to that in a minute. But Death of Doctor Strange, #1, a fun read. As it is now, I don't read a lot of Marvel, so I have no idea what the hell's going on in the Marvel universe. Ever since the movie started and Marvel started changing the comic book universe to match the movies, I know even less. I mean, I've been reading Marvel comics since 1990 with Ghost Rider Volume 2, #1, the first Danny Ketch one. And, was reading it nonstop for like 20, 25 years, almost 30 years. And then these movies start and they start changing everything to match the movies. They start changing everything because of, so-called wokeness or social justice nonsense. And everything is different and everything it's not as fun as it used to be. But It is what it is. So that one though, it's just Doctor Strange. He's got a ghost basset hound for some reason. I don't know. I have no idea what that's all about. It's a ghost dog that talks to him. Go figure. But outside of that, I mean, if you're not following Doctor Strange, if you're not really reading the Marvel Universe, you want to check out something that kind of feels a standalone type story. Death of Doctor Strange. It feels like a standalone. The next one is going to be Power Rangers number 12. Now we're really gearing up for this Eltarian War. And I think this is one of the last issues. This might actually be the last issue before the war starts in earnest. So before I do anything else, I want to say if you're a Power Rangers fan, these are the books you need to keep an eye on because we're getting into the Eltarian Wars. We got Zed, we got Zordon, we got Zordon's people, we got Draken, we've got these Imperials or whatever they're called, just destroying planets left and right, and just everything is coming together. It's all going to converge, and unfortunately, it looks like it's going to converge in Angel Grove. So it's going to be a major thing. This is probably, I know Shattered Grid was a huge thing. I don't know if this is going to be as big as Shattered Grid, but it definitely has a potential to rival just the vastness and the impact and the scope of Shattered Grid. So Power Rangers, I mean, there's really not much I can say about this book. I mean, it's still really good. We're still gearing up for this Eltarian Wars. I'm excited about it. I can't wait to check this out. I mean, I'm real eager about it. It's nice to have it. And at first, I really wasn't too pleased about having two different Power Rangers books. I've gotten used to it now, but now I think with this story, having two Power Rangers books going, concurrently, it's a good idea because then it gives them a chance, gives them more elbow room for the story, so they're able to expand on some things. Like we're gonna have Power Rangers is the Omega Rangers, so it's Zach, Trini, and Jason. Mighty Morphin, the Mighty Morphin Power Rangers, the Earth-based one. So we have two different perspectives on this massive story, and it's going to be great. It's going to be awesome. I can't wait for it. It's going to be. I think it starts with Mighty Morphin number 13. I think we got a one-shot coming out as well. That's going to be part of this whole thing that might lay down the foundation and the groundwork for it. I hope. So now, before we get into the books that I picked up this week, and I also got sort of a small, I'm not going to say mail call. It's a very, very small two books, Cody Con Hall. So we'll do that too. Now, again, before I do this, I want to reiterate, if you're enjoying what I'm doing, if you're enjoying any of my videos here, please go ahead and hit that like button. If you watch this far, you might as well click the like button. You've made it this far. We're about halfway through. So click that like. I'd really appreciate it. Comment, subscribe, and hit that notification button. And moving on, let's talk about and show off some of the books I picked up this week. So first up, and these are in no particular order because that's the way we do it around here, Refrigerator Full of Heads, standard cover. I'm trying, and the variant cover with the shark was really awesome, but I just picked up the standard cover because I'm trying to stick with standards. But the next book I got the variant. But Refrigerator Full of Heads is a sequel to the Basket Full of Heads that we had last year. It actually wrapped up late last year. It was originally a 6-issue miniseries. They extended it by 1 issue, and then before that 7th and final issue came out, we had lockdown and everything got screwed up. But Basket Full of Heads was really cool. It's got this sort of enchanted battle axe, and if somebody's head gets cut off with it, their head still lives, and it's a kind of an 80s vibe to it. It's really cool, really fun story. So I'm very, and actually right there is the battle axe, right there. And you got the head, so there's another head, and as it says, it's going to be full of heads. So the title tells you what to look forward to. If you haven't checked out Basket Full of Heads, definitely check it out. I think it's available. It's got to be available in trade now. It's one of the DC Black Label Joe Hill House comics that they did. It's sort of an imprint of an imprint of an imprint, but it's really good, really fun read. Next up, I can't wait to jump into this one. Another DC Black Label, Batman vs. Bigby, A Wolf in Gotham, number 2 of 6. Cannot wait. I love this cover, but I really love this cover. A little badass looking Bigby right there, and that's what I like to see. A nice badass Bigby. And I think he's got Batman's cowl, so I mean man, I can't wait to jump into that. This one I picked up just for the cover. I'm not a big fan of Donny Cates. I've totally lost interest in his Thor run. It got really boring to me, just my own personal opinion. But I could not resist this cover, this is a pretty sweet cover. I don't think I really have anything for this character Throg. I don't really think I have anything for him in my collection. So, if I have one thing, it's going to be that cover. This is the issue 2 of The Death of Doctor Strange. Like I said, it's just the standard cover. The variant cover that I wanted wasn't there anymore. It's fine. It is what it is. I'm not gonna cry over it. Still got the book, and I mean that's one of the things I need to really get my mindset is, I kind of fell into this whole, what they call FOMO, the fear of missing out. So I'm trying to get variant covers, but I don't really care about variant covers. I'll grab them if I think the covers are cool, but all in all, variant covers to me are kind of useless. I appreciate the people who are buying them. It's getting people to buy more comic books, and that's awesome. But also compounded with this paper shortage, we should probably cut back on variants so that individual comic books will have extra paper for those books, because variants in the long run, they're really not important. They look cool. I could pull out any number of really cool looking variants that I have in my collection. End of the day, though, they're really not that important. The last new book that I picked up this week was Beyond the Breach number 4. This is my make it or break it issue for this one. And it's supposed to be the origin, the reason behind the breach, where it came from, and all that fun stuff. This is going to be my make or break issue for that series. I had to pick up a back issue because somehow I missed it. The 5th and final issue of Beta Ray Bill. I have no idea how I missed this. Must be, getting forgetful in my old age. And finally, the 2 Cody Con books. Now, Cody Con, I know I've mentioned them here before. Cody Con, it's an online, not really an auction. It's just an online selling thing that my good friend Cody Lockwood does on Fridays. If you subscribe to his Facebook, if you friend him on Facebook, I'll put the link in the description down below. He'll do pre-sales. So starting like Tuesday or Wednesday, he'll start posting books that claim that you can do claims on, and he has them, pictures of them, has the prices. You just, if you want it, just say claim. If you have any questions about it, ask. He's more than happy to answer any and all questions about the books as far as he's able to. And so you can claim those, and then on Friday about 7 o'clock, from 7 o'clock to 10 o'clock Eastern time, he'll get on his Facebook on as a live stream video, and he'll show off a bunch of books, new books, classic books. We've got raw books. We've got graded books, trade paperbacks. Sometimes he even does toys. I mean, Star Wars and G.I. Joe and just all kinds of stuff. And he'll just go on there and he'll show you the stuff. He'll give you the price, and if that's something you're interested, you get in there. You gotta go fast. You gotta be quick. And if you luck out, you get to get the books. So these are 2 books that I claimed. And this is Ren and Stimpy, Radio Days. Apparently there was a CD. I vaguely remember the CD for this. I found it on eBay. I'm going to grab it just to go along with this. But a nice Bill Ray cover. I love it. And then the other one I got is Spirits of Vengeance, number 3. This is the Phoenix variant. I don't know why I didn't grab this one before. I think at this point I might have been pretty much done with the Spirits of Vengeance thing. But it's a sweet cover. I clearly overlooked it. So I had to have it now. And that's it. Those are all the books that I got this week. And as far as like Cody Con, as far as I actually got a back issue, technically that Beta Ray Bill is a back issue now. So that's it. That's all I got. Again, click that like button, subscribe. Let's go ahead and tickle that notification button there. Give me a comment down below. What'd you think? I mean, did you check out Basket Full of Heads? Are you looking forward to Refrigerator Full of Heads? What do you think about this paper shortage? I think it's going to be interesting in the next couple of months, because I know some books are going to be delayed. Marvel's one of their biggest titles of the season, Venom #1, or should I say Venom's new #1, or #1, and they should always put like in parentheses again, because this is like a 75th first issue. That was supposed to be out this week or next week, and it got delayed because of this paper shortage. And that's one of Marvel's biggest. But all these books, and I'm keeping in mind for myself as well, but everybody keep in mind, if your books are delayed, just patience. You will get them. We'll get them at some point. Might be a week, might be 2 weeks, but we will get our books. And now probably more than ever is a good idea to pre-order those books. If you have, go down to your LCS and ask them if you don't have any way to pre-order books, ask them, like, do they prefer using the previews guide and the Marvel previews guide and the DC Direct guide, or whatever it is that the DC is doing now. Or like my LCS uses Comic Hub, and I pre-order my books through there. But this is definitely a time where pre-ordering your books is going to come in, is going to be very, very helpful for your LCS. So I would highly recommend that. You should always do that anyway. But that said, go ahead and like, comment, subscribe, notification, all that fun stuff. I will have a Full Run Friday tomorrow. I'm not exactly sure what it's going to be yet, but I will have one. I've been trying to figure out what's left I could show off that is a substantial enough run. I have a few ideas, so we'll see. And then, of course, I've got one more Mini Monday coming on Monday, and then one more Full Run Friday for next Friday, and that's going to wrap up the October run. I got to figure out what I'm going to do for next month. But that's it. That's what I got. Everybody, thanks for watching. Sorry this was so late. Life happens. We do what we can when we can. So everybody have a good night. Like, comment, subscribe. Check out Cody Lockwood. Linked in the description down below. Check out Lockwood's Loot. And I'll see everybody tomorrow with Full Run Friday. You have a good one.